Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. Stand up for your country, first day of spring. And often that brings a little optimism, but in this country, I'm not sure that's going to happen because of the brutal political situation. Our current leadership, the Biden administration, seems to be in steep decline. We have a presidential election less than 2 years away, and the country just seems to be politically chaotic, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So today, President Biden did two things. The first is he gave a speech on conservation, which any 9-year-old kid could do. And the second thing is he welcomed a bunch of celebrities to the White House to get medals of arts. Bruce Springsteen, Mandy Kaling, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Gladys Knight, on and on and on and on. So that's what he did. Now, every day I give you Mr. Biden's schedule, and I'll do that as well a little later on. But I don't see in his public schedule any kind of serious attempt to solve any of our vexing problems. So let's remind you that yesterday, and we reported this, President Biden had Farsi Day at the White House. Farsi is the language spoken by Persians who are now Iranians. So there was Farsi Day. And then there was Ted Lasso Day, which is a sitcom. And Jason Sudeikis and the cast came in and talked about mental health. Now, all of that is okay, but if that's it, and that seems to be it, we're in trouble here. So let's put up on the screen, and for those listening on the radio, I'll run it down, the unresolved problems that we have right now. The economy, inflation. The economy is getting worse. Layoffs, massive layoffs are coming. We'll deal with that a little bit later on. And inflation, you still know you're getting hammered. When you go out to buy food, gasoline, everything's more expensive than it was 2 years ago by a significant margin. The debt and incredible deficit spending. Biden denies that he's a big spender, but the facts say, and this is from the Congressional Budget Office, not from Bill O'Reilly, that Joe Biden spends more federal money than any other president in history by far. Yet Biden will deny that. The banks, we know that a lot of the banks that invested in cryptocurrency and other woke causes are going under. Open borders. It's shocking. And we have new stats about migrants dying at the southern border and coming in here from the northern border. Shocking what's happening there. High violent crime across the country. You live in a big city, you know what it is. Drug addiction, homelessness. It's being doing, open border, the narcotics pour in here more than ever before. Again, this is according to federal authorities, not me. All right, and there's more. Here we go. Putin, Ukraine. The drone shot down. It wasn't technically shot down, it was destroyed. Well, what did Biden do? What's his response? He has no response. Nothing. She is in Russia right now cooking up something with Putin, and she is building up the Chinese military. American colleges imposing far left ideals and limiting free speech all over the place. Declining high school test scores. The urchins don't know anything. And racial polarization, that's in play all the time in America. What is Joe Biden doing about any of those things? I don't know. Do you? I don't know. I don't see any improvement anywhere. There's no strategy laid out by his press secretary. Is there? I'm watching this pretty darn closely. I don't see anything. I saw Ted Lasso. I see nothing on any of those fronts. So when you have that kind of a situation, you have America in decline. And this country is in decline. There's no doubt about it. That's why Xi and Putin are doing what they're doing. They go, look, we have an opportunity here. The window's going to close because Biden's not going to run again. I mean, that's my opinion, but, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I can't see it. So Xi and Putin know they got a window to expand their power worldwide, and they're taking it because Biden's not going to do anything about it. Okay? So, anyway, this is worse than Jimmy Carter from 1976 to 80. Those of you around then, you saw how in decline America was, and it took Ronald Reagan almost 4 years to get the ship back. Almost 4 years it took him. So, you look, I'm not a doom and gloomer. This could turn around, but this Trump stuff and all of that, this diverts attention away from the nation's problems. And that's a memo. All right, real quick, Joe Biden's schedule at 1:45, he gives a conservation speech. It means nothing to anyone. And then at 4:30, he's got the celebrities coming in. Maybe Bruce will sing a little Glory Days with Biden. I don't know, and I don't care. All right, let's get to Trump. So here's the latest. The jury is expected to vote tomorrow, the grand jury, on whether or not to indict Trump. I don't know if the grand jury and the district attorney of Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, can pull back now. So it looks like they're going to have to indict him. Then all hell breaks loose, as everybody knows. So the NYPD is already putting up barriers. I don't expect mass demonstrations. I don't expect that. Could be wrong, but I think people will be seething. The polling that's come out since this whole thing is in play shows Trump up. That's an emotional reaction. The DA, Bragg, his office has issued a statement saying we're not going to be intimidated, blah, 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 blah. But none of this should be happening. And believe me when I tell you, and I said this yesterday, that the House Republicans are going to say, all right, you're going to do this to a former president, somebody who's running again, we're going to take Biden off the table. Where do you see what happens? And I debated that with Chris Cuomo last night on News Nation. And it got down to, as most of these debates do, Trump versus Biden. Roll the tape.
I'll tell you one thing that's nice. We are not obsessed with talking about the latest garbage to come out of the face of the president every day, the way we were for 4 years.
See, you're
Trump.
showing
and
your
there is
you're
a
showing
relief.
your bias.
It's not a bias. It is not a bias. The
Sure,
president went out
bias.
of his. No. It's an observation.
It's absolutely biased, Cuomo.
The former president went out of his way to dominate the media cycle by picking fights in every direction he could, whether it helped or it hurt. Say what you want about Biden, he doesn't do that, and I do think it takes some pressure off the entire polity. But that's my take. Fine, it's a bias, but I think it's factual.
Cuomo.
Yes, sir.
Cuomo. If
Yes,
you look, you use the word lies. If you look at what Donald Trump said when he was president and what Biden is saying now, the border is secure, according to Joe Biden. He's bringing down the deficit, according to Joe Biden. Inflation's not his fault, it's Trump's fault, according to Joe Biden. If you stack up the statements side by side, there's no question who is misleading the American public the most. All right, so it's spirited debate, and that's what we do every Wednesday on News Nation with Mr. Cuomo. It's a very worthy exercise. I hope you check it out. We post some of the clips on BillO'Reilly.com, but nobody else in cable news comes close to doing that because it's too hard to do it. You got to research, you got to know what you're talking about. Much easier for cable news to bring in people who just agree with the host. Whatever the host says, the person can say, yes, you're right, yes, right. And that's so boring, isn't it not? Anyway, I digress. The issue now is if Donald Trump gets indicted by a local grand jury at the behest of a district attorney who is about as far left as you could get, who is funded by George Soros to the tune of more than $1 million funneled through an organization called Color of Change, which attacked me. Color of Change. Soros was behind the attacks on me. Okay, but again, that's a digression. But this DA, Alvin Bragg, you can't get a more radical law enforcement official in this entire country. And remember, we'll remind you that the federal government looked at this Stormy Daniels case and declined to prosecute. Okay? And the previous DA in Manhattan also declined to prosecute. So magically, Bragg drags this up, hurting the entire country in the process, dividing us even further. Protecting your online privacy has never been more important, and StartMail is the perfect solution to ensure your personal data remains secure. Founded in 2013, StartMail has been on a mission to provide privacy-first email services that protect its customers from advertisers, government surveillance, and spam. StartMail also makes it easy to generate unlimited disposable email addresses to protect your inbox from spam and phishing attempts. It even has a migration tool that allows you to move your emails and contacts from Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and other providers with just a few clicks. Best of all, sign up today and save 50% on your first subscription year. So please join the thousands of people who have chosen StartMail. Go to startmail.com/bill to take advantage of this limited time offer. Protect your online privacy and enjoy ad-free email communication without surveillance. StartMail with a T.com/bill, 50% off. All right, let's go to the mail. Renee Storms, Mooresville, North Carolina. Good to have you back, Bill. Glad you had a good time on vacation. Thank you so much for providing clarity regarding the arrest of Donald Trump. I knew you would straighten this out for us. Well, Renee, I appreciate you understanding what we bring, which is one word: clarity. That interview that you just saw with Brett Tolman, you will not get a more clear assessment of this than that. And that's why we got Tolman. Martin on the message board: Bill, you've stated again and again, zealots on both sides are a problem in the USA. It's plain to see what the Democratic Party mob is doing, but where's your example of the Republican Party mob? Come on, Martin, you're a smart guy. I read your posts. Come on, January 6th. That riot, that was all Republican far-right people. And that hurt America all over the world. Not to mention the 140 police officers who were injured. Got to be fair. Glenda, I've been praying that Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump would join forces. That's what my heart wants. My brain tells me it's not going to happen. I'm going to have an analysis of Governor DeSantis tomorrow in the Talking Points Memo. There's a dynamic there that's changing quickly between him and Trump. Okay? But I need an extra 24 hours to get all the facts in place. So tomorrow I will lead with that. Jack Jaskensky, McFarland, Wisconsin. Mr. O, you commented that if President Trump is indicted, this will hurt Democrats more than Republicans. I have a hard time seeing that because a lot of the electorate is uninformed, and the corrupt media pounding the story, people will be even more turned off and tired of Trump. You might be right, but the initial polling after the announcement of the possible indictment, Trump is up significantly. So there are a lot of independents who are going to see this for what it is. But you could be right. Dennis Wajda, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How much prep time goes into the No Spin News? All day, all night? You know, when I'm on vacation, I'm really not on vacation. You know, I'm funneling stuff to the producers. I'm looking at this. I'm printing out articles there. This is an ongoing thing. This is not like just you show up at 9 o'clock. You know, it's just ongoing. And we're always getting the best stories we can get, things that influence your life directly. And but prep time is prep time. Oh, it never stops. John Rayo, Naugatuck, Connecticut. Bill, can you tell us the name of the Treasury bond that you recommended paying 9%? Usually I wouldn't do this because, John, we give it. You're a premium member. you can get a transcript, but I'm going to do it because it's important. It's the the letter I, series of U.S. savings bonds. 1-year term, 10,000 limit, 9%, might be higher now. Okay, you check it out. Now, if you are a Concierge member of BillO'Reilly.com, that's the kind of question that John just asked that I'll go like this. Okay, but I can't answer every question that we report and then people forget. But I did it this time in the greater good category. Okay, Peter, Concierge member, so Peter can get any question he wants almost instantly answered. Sometimes I don't like what you report, O'Reilly, but I definitely want to be told the truth, especially when I'm paying for Concierge membership. Excellent point. If you're going to pay, and it's not a lot of money, and you get it back with the discounts, and you get a free book, by the way. But Peter continues. I also just finished reading Killing Jesus for the 4th time. Wow. You know, Holy Week coming up. No better book than Killing Jesus. The Bible, okay, but no better book than Killing Jesus. And the movie, don't forget the movie, pay-per-view on during Holy Week. Dave, many have gone wrong using the term Uncle Tom, largely due to not having read Uncle Tom's Cabin. While my daughter was grounded, I bought her this book along with 4 other classics. My 14-year-old became a lover of classic books and an honors student receiving scholarships to a university. Let it go, Dave. You're a good dad. Okay? Uncle Tom's Cabin, fantastic book. And we did it yesterday in the history portion. Jerry Thomas, Seal Beach, California, received my blue Team Normal polo shirt. The quality is excellent, looks great. I told you, if you buy polos now, a lot of it is this fabric. Well, I don't even know what it is. All right, polyester, this. These are cotton. Top of the line. You'll have them forever. You know, and I'm going to model them. I just got to get around to doing it. But they are fantastic. Hats are great. Mugs are great. Team Normal. Spring is here. Come on. On the golf course. On the golf course. The best. And it's fun. Not ideological, not political. You're normal. The other team is crazy. You'll have a lot of conversations. Okay, Killing the Witches. We just finished it on the phone my editor today. We had to make one change, which isn't bad on 300 pages. There was a little confusion about something I was writing about by one of the witches who was being hanged. And we cleared that up for him. And that'll be out September 26th. If you become a premium member, Concierge member, you get the book free or any of my other books. Killing Jesus, whatever you want. That almost halves the membership fee. And then if you buy the Team Normal gear and your membership, you get a big discount. So it's almost like we're doing it free. Okay? Now we have a special. My books, The United States of Trump and Killing Crazy Horse, which is really a good read. You get them both for $12.95 on BillO'Reilly.com. That's a good deal. All right, final thought before the word of the day is sardonic, S-A-R-D-O-N-I-C. Don't be sardonic. And I'll be back with a final thought in a moment. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. Okay, here is the final thought of the day. I get a lot of mail. Why don't you leave New York? I was down in Florida last week. I would save a lot of money if I moved to Florida or North Carolina or Tennessee or Texas. I would. But I have family here. I have friends here. I would have to leave all them. I don't react well to the heat. I lived in Texas for 2 years. I thought I was going to die. I had a scorpion in my bathtub in Texas. I'm from New York. We have scorpions, but they're out on the street in leather jackets. I had a real scorpion in my bathtub. I just looked at it, and I did what James Bond did. I took the shoe with the heel of the shoe and pop, 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 but it climbed up through the drain. That was welcome to Texas. It was hot. I'm Irish. I don't react well to the heat. But if New York continues to do what they're doing here, I'm going to have to. But I'm delaying, and I hope that I don't have to. I mean, this is my hometown, all right? And I have a big influence on New York here on WABC and the national program and all that. So I don't want to leave unless they force me out. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.